You already know something is off. That's why you're here. You didn't land on this video by accident. Something inside you has been whispering for weeks, and you've been doing everything you can to quiet it down, telling yourself you're paranoid, telling yourself you're imagining things, telling yourself that if you just love a little harder, things will go back to how they used to be. They won't. And somewhere deep down, you already know that. So here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to walk you through 10 signs your partner is cheating. Not the surface level stuff you already Googled at 2 a.m, the real ones, the ones nobody talks about. And I'm not just going to list them off. I'm going to explain what's actually happening underneath each one and what to do about it. So, get comfortable. Let's get into it. Sign 1. The energy shifts before anything else does. This one comes first because it shows up before everything else. Before the late nights, before the locked phones, before the lies. The energy changes first. They're in the room with you, but they're not really there. The laugh comes a half second too late. The hug feels like a chore. The "I love you" sounds rehearsed, like a line they're reading. You can't point to anything specific. You can't screenshot a vibe, but you feel it every time they walk through the door. That feeling is not in your head. When a person's heart starts drifting somewhere else, their energy follows, and yours picks up the signal long before your brain wants to admit it. Stop arguing with your own body. It has never lied to you. Sign 2. The dreams keep coming back. Nobody wants to talk about this one because it sounds crazy, but you keep dreaming they're with someone else. You wake up at 3 a.m. with your heart pounding. You look over at them sleeping peacefully, and you feel something cold settle into your chest. Here's what's actually happening. Your subconscious has been collecting receipts all day. The name they flinched at, the notification they flipped face down, the way they came home and went straight to the shower without saying hi. Your conscious mind talked itself out of all of it. But your subconscious filed every piece, and at night, when your defenses come down, it hands the file back to you. Those dreams aren't random, they're a warning. Sign 3. They accuse you of exactly what they're doing. This one is so consistent, you can set your watch by it. The partner constantly accusing you of cheating is almost always the one doing it. The one going through your phone at 2 a.m. The one asking why you took 11 minutes to reply. The one suddenly curious about who you had lunch with and what you wore to brunch. That's not love. That's not even insecurity. That's a guilty mind drawing a map of its own behaviour and laying it over you. People accuse you of what lives in their own head. A faithful person doesn't sit up at night running scenarios about who you might be texting, because cheating isn't on their mental menu. So if it's the first place their mind goes every time you're 5 minutes late, ask yourself why that road is so familiar to them. Sign 4. The glow up nobody asked for. They haven't been to the gym in 3 years and now they're going 5 days a week. New cologne, new haircut, new skincare. Suddenly they have opinions about protein. Suddenly they care what they wear to work. Look, I'm not saying everyone who decides to better themselves is cheating. People grow. People wake up one day and decide to take care of themselves. That's a beautiful thing. But here's the question. Who is the audience? Because people don't glow up in a vacuum. They glow up for someone. And if the new version of your partner isn't showing up for you, somebody else is getting that premiere. The opposite is just as telling. If they've stopped trying completely, stopped initiating, stopped caring how they show up, that's someone who's already mentally checked out and pouring their effort somewhere. It gets rewarded. Sign 5. Hot one week, cold the next. With a cheater, the middle doesn't exist anymore. There's only extremes. One week it's flowers out of nowhere. Surprise dinner. A weekend trip they planned without telling you. Sweet texts in the middle of the workday. You sit there wondering if you should feel grateful or suspicious. Trust me, that's not romance. That's guilt management. They've already done it. And the kindness is the apology they can't say out loud. The next week, nothing you do is right. You chew too loud. You laugh too much. You text too often. You exist too loudly. That's a person building a case in their head for why they deserve to step out. Manufacturing reasons to resent you so that when they finally betray you, they can sleep at night by telling themselves you pushed them to it. Watch for the swing. The swing is the sign. Sign 6. The phone has become a vault. The phone goes to the bathroom. The phone goes in the shower. The phone sleeps face down. The phone lives on permanent do not disturb. The passcode changed and they forgot to tell you. They turn the screen away when a message comes in. They take calls in the other room and shut the door. Hear me on this. Privacy and secrecy are not the same thing. Privacy is closing the bathroom door when you shower. Secrecy is hiding a whole second bathroom you don't even know about. A partner with nothing to hide doesn't guard their phone like it's classified intel. If you can't sit next to them while they text without them tilting the screen away, you already have your answer. You're just waiting for the courage to face it. Sign 7. The intimacy changes in a way you can't ignore. This shifts in one of two directions. The first is they lose interest at home. Suddenly tired, suddenly stressed. Suddenly work is too crazy, for weeks, then months, and you start wondering what's wrong with you. Let me save you the spiral. Nothing is wrong with you. The second direction is the one nobody warns you about. They get more interested, but different. New requests, new moves, things they never asked for before that suddenly appear out of nowhere. They didn't get creative, they got educated, somewhere else. And through all of this, listen to your body. So many people have told me they started getting random infections, weird symptoms, things their doctor couldn't explain, right before they discovered the truth. Your body picks up what your heart isn't ready to accept yet. Trust it. Sign 8. The friend group starts acting weird. Guilty people rarely move alone. Suddenly there's a new co-worker they hang out with that you've never met. Suddenly they have plans you weren't invited to. Suddenly the answer to "where were you?" is just out with friends, with no names attached. And pay attention to the old friends, the ones who used to love you, the ones who stop making eye contact, the ones who go quiet when you walk into a room, the ones who stop tagging you in group photos. People who know something always act strange before they ever say something. Watch the room, not just your partner. The truth has a way of leaking out of everyone except the one keeping it. Sign 9. Look at who they look up to. Show me the accounts they follow, the podcasts they binge, the voices they quote at dinner, and I can predict your next 2 years with them. If the people they admire brag about body counts, joke about cheating, treat loyalty like a weakness, and talk about partners like they're disposable, your partner doesn't disagree with any of it. They're studying. People become who they consume. If their entire feed is people teaching them how to lie smoother and care less, they're not watching for entertainment, they're taking notes. And eventually, those notes become behaviour. Sign 10. Their remorse only shows up after they get caught. Sit with this one because it's the most important. Cheaters do not feel guilty about cheating. They feel guilty about getting caught. There's a massive difference, and it's the difference between someone who deserves a second chance and someone who's going to do it again the moment they think they can get away with it. If you never found out, they would never have stopped. The tears aren't for the act. The tears are for the consequence. And the moment the consequence fades, so does the remorse. If you're trying to decide whether to stay or go, that one sentence might be the whole answer. Before I let you go, I need you to hear this last part, because this is what I wish someone had grabbed me by the shoulders and said years ago. It's not because you weren't enough. It's not because you weren't pretty enough, or successful enough, or sweet enough, or interesting enough. Beautiful people get cheated on every day. Loyal people get cheated on every day. Cheating has never, not once, been about what the other person lacked. It's always been about what the cheater lacked. Character, discipline, self-respect. The kind of foundation that keeps a person honest when nobody's watching. And those are things you cannot love into someone who doesn't already have them. So if you came here looking for a sign, this whole video was the sign. Trust the feeling you've been talking yourself out of. Trust the patterns you keep noticing and pretending you didn't see. Trust the version of you that already knows the answer and is just waiting for permission to act on it. A partner who would risk losing you over someone they have to hide was never really yours to begin with. They were just borrowing your loyalty until you woke up and took it back. You deserve a love you don't have to investigate. A partner whose phone could sit face up on the table all day and tell you nothing but the truth. And until that person finds you, the most loyal relationship you can build is the one with yourself. Stop abandoning your own intuition to keep the peace with someone who already broke it. If this hit somewhere it wasn't supposed to, hit the like button so the next person who needs it finds it too. Subscribe if you want more truth like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself out there.